At 8 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock, we're back on Morning Barbados, and it's time now for our tech geek. That's what I like to call him, because he just knows so much. Steve Fung, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, and you? Good morning.
Good, good. Had a great weekend?
Yes, indeed.
You were tinkering with a lot of technology over the weekend.
Yes, I was.
And what have you come up for us this morning?
Well, I believe that this morning is Google Drive.
Google Drive.
Yeah.
Now, what in the world is that?
Well, cloud storage has taken off. A lot of people are now storing their documents online, documents, pictures, videos, because it's safer. Your device gets stolen or destroyed. You can always recover your images and your cherished photos through the secure online storage. Now, options before would have been Dropbox or even Box. But now Google has stepped up to the plate and they've converted their previous service, Google Documents, into a now full service cloud storage option. So it's available for free to all Android users. You should be able to get it on your iPhone. I don't think BlackBerry users are included, but you can use your web Google account to access it. But it gives you 5 gigs of storage, and it's very useful.
Let me ask you, though, because I've thought about this. I've seen a lot of this cloud stuff, you know, and I'm wondering, how secure is your information once you put it up there with everyone else?
Well, it's just as secure as your email.
Oh, well, that's not secure at all.
So you gotta be, you have to take precautions on your end in terms of passwords and what's not. But the cloud storage is essentially meant to be like web hosting, but focused on you. And you could access your data from multiple locations. So you could think of the security of a web hosting, which is essentially the same security as a website, as your email account or whatever, on the server side. But on your side, obviously, this is where usually the security lapses occur. So it's always best to secure your passwords.
So why wouldn't I just buy an external drive, stick it on there, and keep it in my drawer?
Because external drives are prone to failure. You don't have redundant backups. You don't have an external drive backing up your external drive backing up the backup. You'll find redundant backups on cloud storage. So if anything was to happen, your files are safe.
Files are safe?
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of files being safe, I see here that LG plans to launch internet-enabled TV based on Google's platform in the U.S. in May.
Yeah. Google TV is a very awesome product. I'm not sure if many people have tried the Apple TV. I had one.
Apple TV?
That's Apple TV. It's a nice little box that sits next to your TV and allows you to get content. It's nice, but Google TV is much more impressive. It offers a wide array of applications. It allows you to even play games that would be for the phone, or not necessarily for the phone, but games on the Google Play Store or on your television, which just makes it a full, all-inclusive device. And now TVs are coming with the Google TV built in it, especially LG and Samsung. So you don't actually have an extra box, so you just have the remote. So now your TV is functioning as an internet device, it's functioning as a gaming platform, it's functioning as a streaming platform. So it usually eliminates the need for other devices out there.
That's interesting. So just now, television as we know it will no longer exist.
Well, it will change. It will still exist. It will just change. It'll just be up in the tech.
Tell the kids they won't want to watch the news anymore. Let's just play on this big screen. Yeah, I understand that. Let's talk about emerging technology. And I'm not too happy about what you want to talk about today, because you talked me into getting a Galaxy S2, and now you want to talk about the S3.
The S3.
My goodness.
It's a very tempting. I'm still up in the air between. Because I just bought my Galaxy Note, and then the Galaxy S3.
I know you just got the Note, yeah.
Samsung had a huge event. This is a huge event, because this is their flagship phone. The Galaxy S2 was the #1 phone of 2011, and now it's 2012, so they have to bring something back. And this is also what I call the milestone year for Apple. Apple is bringing the iPhone 5 this year.
Yeah, the 5 coming out.
So the Galaxy S3 has to be a powerful device. And from what we're seeing, the hardware, as usual, Samsung always pushes the envelope with hardware. They always come up with the fastest processors, the fastest graphic cards, the graphics chips inside the phones, because they make the processors and the GPUs for the Apple product. So they also make sure their product has a bit of an edge. But what Apple always used to win is on the customer experience side, the user experience. So Samsung sat down and they decided they're going to make their user experience as good as they can imagine.
It is incredible, I have to tell you that.
Yeah, they have such features like if you receive a text, and you are reading the text and you want to call the person, rather than pressing the button, you just lift the phone to your head,
and it dials.
And it does, which is amazing.
And you can convert the text to voice.
Correct.
Yeah.
And unlike the competitor Apple, which they have the Siri, which is the voice communication recognition program, you usually have to press a button or there's a gesture you're doing, hold to your head, where people are saying they can't get it done properly. But all you do now is speak to your device. You say, hello, Galaxy, or you could change it to whatever you want. So you say, hello, Galaxy, and your device starts listening, and it's always listening for when you give that command. And then usually for people that read a lot on their phones or watch videos, what tends to happen is your screen timeout to save the battery will usually turn off your screen if you're not pressing buttons or touching the screen. So what it does, it's always looking as well. So it sees if your eyes are open or shut. Well, these are all optional features because some people find it a bit creepy. Your phone's looking at you to see if your eyes are open.
It's bad enough when you pick it up, it says the time is, and it tells you that you have messages and there's an email or whatnot.
So there are a lot of features and that improve the natural everyday experience of just using the device versus what Android has always had, which was these crazy, outrageous features, which some people will probably never use, but you know, it was usually a geek phone before. A phone for techies that are really into the hardware, really into these outrageous things that you could do with it. But now they're bringing the experience a bit more to home and more to the average consumer. So this device is a lot more out there.
But does Samsung have the public persona that Apple has? You know, when Apple is releasing a product, you know, the world stops and listens. Has Samsung gotten to that level where people are going to feel compelled, gosh, let me go and get a S3, as they have done with the Apple iSeries?
Well, Apple has helped the Samsung marketing engine a lot with these many lawsuits. They have pushed the product into the limelight. I don't want to say blame, but I attribute their winning smartphone of the year last year to Apple's pushing them into the limelight with the lawsuits. Because if a product is copying yours and isn't as good, you won't give it as much attention as if the product is excellent. And the Galaxy series is a very excellent. The S2 that you have is still a very solid device. And the name has become more recognizable. Some people have some quirks with Samsung because the devices are mostly plastic, which works out because they're durable plastics. When the device drops, the back won't shatter. As some other devices, you can pick it back up. You can pick it back up and put it in your pocket. So, and the name is a household name now, and they're going to get that brand recognition that Apple, not the same brand recognition as Apple. Apple's one of the top brands in the world.
But I read somewhere that Samsung was outselling Apple and now become the number one.
Yeah, but it's been up and down constantly. So next 4 months, when the iPhone 5 comes out, Apple may probably nudge ahead. Then Samsung may nudge ahead again. It's a neck and neck. The percentage is actually only 3% difference in terms of sales. But they're always neck and neck in terms of sales like that.
But Steve Fung, can the world keep on doing this? I mean, everybody's going to want to rush out and get an iPhone 5, and everybody was going to want to rush out and get an S3. I mean, can we keep doing that kind of thing?
Well, the technology is going to plateau at a point where it becomes more software is going to be developed than the hardware, especially with all the implications of Google Glass. I really see smartphones going out if Google Glass actually delivers what is promising. Because you're talking about a single device you wear on your head and the display is, you don't have to hold anything in your hand. You're seeing everything in front of you. So if Google Glass comes to market, I won't be carrying around a phone anymore. I push my note aside. I'll be...
You'll be wearing glasses.
I'll be wearing glasses again. I'll be back on glasses.
That is really incredible. Now, I have to ask you this question now. When the S3 comes out, what are you going to do with the Note?
I tend not to have, people know me as the type of person that changes devices a lot. I went through 10 phones last year and 4 phones for this year already. So people know that the phone is going to go up. Someone's going to get a steal on it, and I will be on to the next one. That's how some of us in the Android side goes.
This begs the question, are you addicted to the stuff?
I am addicted to technology, yes. But it's more a case of actually having your hands on the hardware and seeing. There's one thing to say, well, I read this and I read that. There's another thing to actually own the device and have the experience and being able to relate with the Apple naysayers and have a proper debate.
But let's talk about this addiction, though, because, I mean, it could have far-reaching implications, particularly among young people who are enamored with all these fancy things. I mean, How critical is it that they understand that these things are just trends and fashion, and that you can't be running out and buying everything?
Well, I wouldn't recommend run and buy everything unless you got a job and you really can afford it. But it's actually, I think, not necessarily addiction, but the inclination to technology is a necessary thing. It could prove to be an asset because you're going to find more and more work-based operations shrinking to mobile. You're going to find stuff like invoicing shrinking to mobile. I do all my invoices on my phone, on my tablet, invoice to go.
But that's you. You know, you need to think about all these young people who say, I don't want another BlackBerry. I want a Samsung. Now, when they see me with mine, say, ooh, a Samsung. I want one of those. I mean, this is a serious thing. Given the current state of the worldwide economy. Hold the thought. We're going to take a commercial break, pay some bills, and we're going to come back and discuss that some more. Stay with us. At 6:21 on a Monday, we're back on Morning Barbados, talking technology with Steve Fung. Steve, my 10-year-old son the other day asked me for a BlackBerry. I said, as soon as they're ripe, you know, you can get one. I mean, but there are a lot of kids in school with BlackBerries, and they're texting and BBing and so on.
Yeah, there's I wouldn't call it technology addiction, but there's addiction to messaging and there's addiction to the internet. And the mobile phones are just a gateway or a platform to that. Pretty sure if you can access the internet on your phone, a lot of people would find other means. It is, I guess, a bit of a worrying trend because you find a lot of the younger, the kids especially, they want their parents about to get the BlackBerries, and when they do, they want a new one. When
they want it as soon as their friend gets a new version, or what? No, they're looking at Samsung and they're looking at the other Android phones. That's a serious thing. Well, and I want to raise this other thing. You know, I remember time was, I'd give you a call last night to make plans with you for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And now I forget to call you, and I have a wonderful handset at home, landline, and as soon as I get in the car, remember I have to call you, and then I go on my mobile phone and spend money to call you. Why are we in this crazy world that is forcing these changes on us?
Well, it's convenience, and convenience is everything.
Laziness to me.
Convenience is everything. It's the same concept as buying popcorn in a packet and sticking it in your microwave, or even the concept of a microwave completely. It's all about easier, faster, more efficient. They say efficiency is intelligent laziness. So the technology adds that element to the day-to-day life.
All right, fair enough. What other emerging technologies there to talk about this morning?
Well, BlackBerry had a 3-day conference. RIM had a 3-day conference. It was just overshadowed by the
OS 10, is it?
Yeah, it was overshadowed. The 3-day conference was overshadowed by the 1-day or 1-hour Samsung event. But I'm going to talk about it.
You mean the BlackBerry that you don't feel is a technology?
Well, they made some very promising strides with this. They released a device, and this device is the developer's preview device. This is what developers will build the applications for the new BlackBerry platform on, which is the OS 10. Now, these devices don't have on OS 10. What they have on is the same software as the playbook. And in all intents and purposes, it's just a shrinked playbook. It looks a lot like an iPhone 4 or iPhone 4S. Now, honestly, I said that if the iPhone 4S had a bigger screen, I'd be more attracted to the device. You can see this looks like a 4.2-inch iPhone 4S, which is very nice to look at.
This is the OS 10?
Yeah, this is the QNX, which is the BlackBerry OS 2. Right? The OS 10 is based on this operating system, so there may be a lot of similarities. They focus on the user experience, just like how Samsung is doing. So you have a really unique keyboard, on-screen keyboard, which is something they said they weren't really focusing on. But they I guess they're true to their words, and they're developing this on-screen keyboard, which is very nice. So you start typing, and then let's say I'm typing HEL. Right? And then right next to the other L, you're going to see hello. Or right next to another letter, you're going to see another choice. And the one I want, I just flick it up. And that word goes into this.
We can do that now.
We kind of can, but they have their own, honestly, their keyboard is on the next level. That is going to be the next trend. You're going to see it come on the Android phones because, you know, the developers are going to make their own version and port it across, which is the beauty of Android is open source and you can put anything on it. But The BlackBerry device is very interesting. Honestly, it was received well, which is not the usual thing. I honestly was impressed with the device. The camera is very good as well. They have the ability to take a picture. What it does, well, many cameras know, like the Galaxy S3 and the One X, when you take a picture, it takes 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how long you hold the shutter button. What this does, this allows you to, say I took a picture of you now, you blinked or whatever. I can click on your face, and I could turn, they call it turning time backwards. So you turn the dial back, and it goes through the different images and finds the...
When my eyes open?
Yeah, and then it applies it. So that's a very nice feature. So the device looks promising, but I'm not sure.
It looks promising, but give it a chance.
Well, no, not the device itself. I think the device is brilliant. I'm not sure if RIM is going to last that long. Their stocks are a 10-year low. And as we know, news for them has been looking very gloom and very doom. So we don't know how it's going to play out.
Somebody will come and absorb RIM and BlackBerry will take off and get a new lease on life, perhaps.
Maybe, perhaps. But this device would be a gateway to them bringing new life into the system. But realistically, like I said, and I've always said, a lot of the old BlackBerry is going to be pushed aside because the apps and stuff you're going to see now coming out for the new BlackBerry. If you have an older BlackBerry, you bought a BlackBerry this year, you're going to feel left out. Because you're going to be like, I just bought the latest BlackBerry and now they have stuff I can't get because the platform is completely different. It's based on QNX, it's not based on the current BBOS. So if you want to be, if they come with a heavy, what they're pushing for is a lot of apps with the developers. So if they come with a heavy app store that's really nice, everyone else with a BlackBerry that doesn't have a new device, they won't be able to partake. So they'll be left out and they have to buy a new device to get on the board.
All right, good. Steve Fung, always good to see you, and thanks for that wonderful information, something to chew on. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with more Morning Barbados.